Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris is drawing more support from Black voters than President Joe Biden did when he was in the race this year, and this is according to a Reuters Ipsos poll. As for Republican Donald Trump's support among white voters, well, that has risen somewhat in recent months as well. The analysis came out of 10,000 respondents from 7 nationwide Reuters Ipsos polls conducted since May. Some 70% of Black voters polled in July picked Harris over Trump on a hypothetical ballot. That is up from 59% when backed Biden in May and June polls. Trump's share of the Black vote rose marginally to 12% in July from 9% in May and in June. Trump, meanwhile, is seeing increased support from white voters. Some 50% picked Trump in July polls, which is up from 46% in May and in June. Harris had the support of 38% of white voters in July compared to 36% in May and June. The race remains essentially tied, with Harris and Trump each getting 43% support of an aggregate of last month's poll. Biden and Trump each hold 40% in the polls conducted in the previous 2 months. It is here important to note that the analysis examines poll respondents gathered throughout July and on a hypothetical Harris-Trump contest. It includes responses from before Biden ended his bid. All responses on Harris, however, were gathered after Biden's June 27th debate against the former president. Meanwhile, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz's selection as the Democratic vice president contender has put forth his handling of racial justice protests following the 2020 murder of George Floyd back in the spotlight. It is drawing both criticism and praise for his state's response during one of the most tumultuous periods concerning race relations in U.S. history.
For the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.